Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to play an entirely different game tonight. This is
Something
Jalnor,
different. And me, Andrew.
and this is called Chronophoto.
Yeah.
There we are. So, ready?
Yes.
Let's see what
Let's go.
happens. Ooh,
Oh, indeed. See a black and white photograph.
I mean, 1960 is a fair guess, but
That's just right in the middle of the range we've got there.
yeah,
I mean, so there's kind of like an air horn, right?
yeah. The shades style, to recall, being more 50s.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I agree with 50s. Maybe 60s.
Is there a big sporting event in the late 50s, maybe? That
There are probably several, is the
probably,
issue.
yeah.
It looks kind of like America. I mean,
That's,
it's hard to identify for sure.
I mean, you've got the early McDonald's Cup there, or possibly something similar.
It might not be McDonald's Corporation.
Like I said, something similar.
It does look like a gold, one half of a golden arch.
It does. Let's plump for
57, 58.
what do you think?
I think 58 is a good guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
How do we do?
um,
59.
that was
Nice.
that was a good guess for one off. Almost bang on. Right.
Indeed. Next.
So yeah, the entire range is 1900 to 2022, I think.
Indeed. So it could be a
Um,
brand new photo. This one.
yeah. Um, that's a tram route.
Yes. And
To know the country here, Europe somewhere maybe.
I mean, it's a fair bet. That's a Swiss banking
Ah yeah,
company, but they do exist in other countries. They're
yeah,
multinational by now.
yeah. They were the one that was collapsing and bought over.
Oh yeah.
Yes, maybe it is Switzerland. Maybe not. But that is like,
That does look German there. Oh,
yeah.
CH. What
So
country is
yes,
it?
that is Switzerland. But it doesn't help us with the year necessarily.
Indeed. Too much on Geoguessr here.
Yeah.
Right.
Um.
Look at the fashion. That rental bike.
It could be or what's somebody's own bike. That is an old BMW down that road on the left, but that's probably just an old one in the modern day.
If that's a rental bike, it puts us in the last 10 years. Probably.
Yeah, it's like post 2015, what I say? Post 2012 at least, I'd say. Although the
CMA.
fashion in the lady, I think, yeah, the woman pushing the pram,
This one?
and yes, her fashion seems kind of like maybe Europeans were a bit behind or ahead, depending how you look at it, but that looks like early 2010s fashion, late 2000s. Something about it.
Maybe she just really likes that.
that. So can you zoom in on what that brown bag is in the bottom right?
Oh, I can. I can zoom.
You can zoom a lot, it seems. I was going to ask because it looks like it's got a logo on it. No, not her, the woman on the North
Oh,
Face.
yes. Yes.
It's a North Face logo. I don't know if they've changed the logo, but that is their current logo.
It has been for quite a while.
Mm.
Argue.
Hmm.
I mean, this is pretty odd. There are
they're
absolutely
off on
no
setting. Is
face
it?
masks in sight.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's a good point. I was going to say we could maybe guess on the interest rates, right? Like, is that a credit
Oh
card
ho ho.
paying 1%? So that's like it can't be this year, obviously. Banks offering more than that nowadays. But it could be like any time after 2010. Ultra low interest rate environment.
Let's go for 10 then.
Maybe a bit later.
Hard to be 100% sure, but that could be a rental bike. Or it could just be weird shadows.
I get what you mean. Yeah, if it's not like branded rental bikes, so maybe it's not part of a huge scheme. But you'd know
Say
it's not got
15.
obvious branding. 2015, 16 maybe. I think that's like middle 2010 is probably a good guess.
How we do? 11.
Oh, okay. Well,
Could
damn
be
it.
worse.
Could be worse indeed.
Okay, we're going to have to
We're
become experts in
at
beach
the beach.
equipment.
That man is very stylish. I mean, that could be, couldn't you?
Shades are sort of all time.
Hard to place, to be honest, isn't it?
So it's more likely going to be like this and this. They're going to be telltale signs of the year.
Is anybody like using an iPod, the original iPod?
I don't
like,
see any electronics.
like considering the quality of the imagery,
That's busy
yeah,
quite recently. What
it's like
happens if we zoom?
it's like a digital imagery. I think maybe not.
Oh yeah.
Um, that's a surfboard or something.
Okay, I think we've identified the how far in actually go before it's just pixelated. It says either the site has reduced the resolution or that's all it was taken in.
Really good quality that magnification. No, the there aren't many clothes here though, unfortunately. Just brightly coloured beach stuff.
Yeah,
And it's not necessarily up to date equipment they're using.
that's true. You know, if we recognised something came out in a particular year, we could at least say it was after that year.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's like
nothing particularly
no
telling.
brands. It's just literally colours. Like, do you think it's earlier or later than the last one, which was 2011?
Hmm.
I want to say earlier, like 2000s sometime, 2007 or something.
The image quality is fairly sharp, but
It could just be a really good camera.
kind of what I was going to say.
or it is much later than we're giving it credit. I don't know.
Definitely not as early as this. Cameras back then sucked. They did not go that far. I would say probably it's digital. 8 is about the earliest it could be.
Maybe a fair guess. Maybe. I don't want to go too late because I think this is earlier than the last one, which was 2011.
Yeah.
And it also looks Europeanish.
Right. Let's plump for 8 then.
Yeah, 2008.
12.
We're kind of close again, but
Yeah.
that's not good.
Alrighty.
Oh no. Oh, black and white photograph.
And it's from a newspaper, judging by the way it's printed. Very old.
They seem to be an East Asian family or group. The actually wearing hats is like an old style thing, of course.
It's very much sort of ancient newspaper quality, this.
The so like the 30s, 1930s.
Oh yeah, because that's
Look
very
kind of
much sort of street gangs type
yeah.
gangsters.
It could just be. It could be cut out by some, like maybe even earlier or later. But I think 30s is probably fine. Assuming this is in America.
Yeah, and
But I mean, because
if
I
it's in
don't think
Cuba,
they're
for
in China.
example, it could be 10, 15 years later.
They're not in like China here, right? Republic of China. Like maybe, but I think it's in America. I don't know. I think it's old, before
Yeah.
World War II. But
Let's see what happens. 27.
ah,
But we're in the ballpark.
oh dear.
Oh.
This is that like German army? I think.
Yeah. And we're talking well before World War II here.
Yes, like maybe World War One, maybe before World War One.
Yeah, because World War One basically destroyed the German military as it was. So, and there were no cavalry really taken seriously thereafter. So
It could be ceremonial.
I'm going to guess 910. What do you think?
I would maybe guess 1914.
02, did you say? Is that right? Say that? Have we lost Andrew?
Oh, no, I'm here. I said 1914 because I'm thinking
Oh.
they're taking pictures because it's the First World War. But then it could be something completely different. It's difficult to. Yes, yeah. It's difficult to guess. It's just some horses and guys on horses.
Let's go for this one. I mean, there's probably plenty of data in the picture if you know what you're looking for, but oh, 12.
Oh.
1912. We're only off by 1 year this time.
Yeah, that was very close.
Yeah.
That guess, the last one. How did we do? What was our total score? Hmm.
649.
Out of a total of 5,000 potential.
So yeah. Wanna go again?
Yes, please. It was the one with the family or whatever it was, the gangster folk that screwed us.
Yeah, that one did do us over a bit. This does look World War II. X. That is one really stylized font though. I'm very out of date on my German, and that is harder to even see what each letter is.
This is the last bit's by Potsdam, as in that place that's just outside Berlin.
Yep, and it looks. Previous bit looks like they're going to Banffy, Potsdam. Quite sure what this long word is.
The something regatta.
Could be a race.
Like a regatta. Well, they're in a car, right? So that
This is
means
an
it's
A,
probably
it's automobile.
yeah.
It took me that long to work out that was an A.
So was it? Is it before or after World War One?
I'm gonna say after 1 or 2 would be my guess. To the 20s.
Yeah, kind of. Almost seems kind of like before. But the picture looks quite poor quality.
It's better than the one that was 1927 though. Hmm. Again, it's a scan of a newspaper print.
Yeah, it's hard to know how good the quality was originally. The car doesn't look that advanced either, which was making me think before World War One. I don't know. If you had a post World War One car, you'd probably, especially in the 20s, probably had a windscreen or something.
That's true, right enough.
It's it's tough.
Yeah, I get very
Also,
stuck
Germany
on
was
vintage cars.
Germany was in a bad way after the war, right? So
That's true. So if it's maybe when did the when did cars first really take off? Do you know?
like the first decade, they were like not everyone could own one, but like if you're like these people, you probably could. So like they could feasibly have bought a car from like 1904 onwards. I think 1904 is always a year in my head. I think that's to do with the first powered flight. For some reason, I conflated.
That is right, brothers. Yeah. I might be wrong.
But like
The fact that
Germany would be the place to be for cars at that time as well.
the gist of the text that I'm getting basically makes it look like this is the first time someone's going to this race in a car.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Yeah. So it could be an event in itself. I mean, there's people like watching them go by, seemingly or, like, anticipated their passing.
Indeed. Uh,
I could
guys,
just.
come out! These folk are coming up the road in a car.
I want to say it's before World War One, but so like before 1914, but probably after 1902 or whatever. So like 1908 or 7 or 9.
Up for 7. Yeah.
Please. Oh, it's close.
Oh. Oh, we were very close on that one. I am immediately saying this is the 70s.
Oh, it's another German car. Um,
That hair.
it could be the 60s, right? Like late 60s. But yes,
Or even
or else
early 80s.
it could be some in their 80s as well, which would be like there's nothing to say it couldn't be, or that it's just not as much of the time as it would be if it was 71.
This beetle is very rusty. I mean, it goes on a beach, which means a lot of salt water, but it's also not going to be that new.
No, but it could just be it's like if they didn't have a lot of money, they would buy an older one. So it might have been rusted when they got it, and then it made it worse by using it as they did. Um, the house is brown panelled wood or whatever. Brown, like the 70s, right?
That's true.
Um, do we have anything else to know here?
Some other information. see in that one? Not much. Something over here. Big outline of another car here, but
It's
not
like
enough
the
data.
grill. Hmm. Let's see, like 72, 73.
Okay. 23 it is. What?
Okay. Okay. I mean, it was quite a good photograph, but like, people with good photographs at that time as well. Just, I mean, there's
Someone
nothing to
in
give it away.
88 had that hairdo and was brave enough to go on camera with it.
Well, that's been our worst guess so far, I think.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
it's definitely our lowest score so far.
So there's mass folk. Maybe not just because they're at protest. It might be because of the virological risk. And the country, I will guys here and right the camera there. The country is Israel.
Is that what the language is?
And there's the Star of David flag, centre place. And it is
Oh, yeah.
Hebrew, yeah. It is Hebrew. So it's, I mean, they're not wearing like black masks, they're wearing,
That
it's like an
whiskey?
Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
It's an Irish whiskey. It's just a black short, I think. So it's 2020 onwards, right? Because they're wearing like surgical masks, which is
Yeah, you've got all the different types of masks that only really started appearing pandemic, so
what are the? Is it 2020, 21, and 22 are the options? I don't think there's 23 yet.
yeah, it's gonna be one of these though. I mean, by 22 you'd see like every fourth or fifth guy would be wearing a mask.
Is that a petrol station pricing in the top right? Is it bus? Is the bus station
I
right?
think it's a
Bus.
bus stop thing.
Oh, right, I was going to see if we could guess on petrol pricing.
Yeah.
That would help a lot.
Judging by the fact there's a water cannon going on, I mean, it's Israel's one of the few countries where the government gets away with stuff like that.
The sign. What do we think it means? It probably wouldn't be a huge clue, right, unless we knew what they were protesting about.
Indeed.
But you want to guess
Uh,
21? Just
yeah, the prevalence of masks says to me probably 21 because they were only just taken off at the end of 20, so.
it'd be harder to have a protest in quite a lot of 2020.
Indeed.
I think 21's fair. It would also be like right in the middle as well. So
It was
okay,
20.
okay. Oh, we're still very close. Cool.
Where?
It's some Asian folk again. Inspecting a site of disaster.
What could this have been?
It looks like it's exploded outwards, right?
It does a bit, yeah.
Rather
Yeah,
than
because there's
inwards.
damage in there. And all the rubble is out here.
See, um, there's like a sticker or something stuck to that bit. Yeah, it was like it looks kind of like the BP logo, but it's not. I don't think. Hmm.
Whatever it is, it's recent enough that they have massive
Yeah, it's
fluorescent
quite
lighting.
a.
Not like 1940.
We've got torches. Well, each of them have got it's like battery powered torch. And that the most guy on the right, his hat looks like he's got like it looks like a leopard print, but it's not a leopard print hat, right?
Black trench coat looks almost wet like.
Hmm. Maybe this is the 50s as well.
Point. Could well be.
Into like Hong Kong or something. I don't know. Like,
Which at that point, that was after it came to be British. And
yeah, I mean, it's just assuming it's Hong Kong. I wouldn't be sure, but it could be anything. Like the actual event that caused what they're looking at. It can be anything. It's not going to give us a year or anything.
for 56.
Yes.
57.
What a guess.
Oh, that was a good bit of narrowing it down. Nicely done. Let's see. That's a lot of guns.
That guy's got a leaf. The yeah, it's like a gun factory or maybe a gun shop.
I'm guessing from this that they're hunting rifles. Judging by these stocks, I would say probably manufacturing and the lathe kind of gives it away actually.
Yeah, they could be like repairing guns as well, but they've certainly got a lot of equipment there. Um,
I had an idea to zoom in on this and read some of the text, but we didn't need enough resolution. The light bulbs, however. Oh, there was an NHS building that had bulbs like that. I was involved in decommissioning it. When was it from?
that old.
Yeah, it still had all the original bulbs because they'd never actually died. Light switch too because to replace them. I'm gonna go for early 50s, right
That
after
seems like
the
a
war.
fair guess.
51.
Yeah.
46.
It was right after the war.
Game results 35-29.
Ah, so that's worse, right?
Yeah, that one really screwed us. that hairdo in 1988. What was
Maybe
he
we should have got
thinking?
it from the really rusty car, you know.
Mind you, the guy probably still has that hairdo today if he has hair.
Could you imagine? It's unchanged. Well, yeah, that was certainly worse. There weren't so many modern ones there, were there? Like 88 was the most modern photograph.
21? 20?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh dear. This is it's an old plane.
Humans look much more. Well, some of the humans look much more recent.
going to say this is the 80s, late 80s. Because no one is taking a picture with their cellular phone
That's right. Not only
or
are
a
there
digital
no
camera.
phones, there are no cameras at all, and that isn't 80s do.
But yeah, it looks like straight out of some music videos.
Yeah.
Very
Those are
colourful.
80s glasses.
Everyone in like the teal shirts. Douglas, is this? Some of these would be teal, right?
Yeah, sort of a lighter
There's a
teal.
hell of a lot of like people in aqua blue colour.
Yeah.
It's like it's a dress uniform. So it could be like 85, 40 years on from
Yeah.
the end of World War II. Or it could be just any year in the 80s. Or...
85 sounds fair.
Yeah.
Oh, 90.
Okay.
And not one person has a disposable camera in 1990.
Well, other than the person taking the photograph, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Could have been
But
a
there were only
disposable camera.
one camera between them all. It was the person taking it.
Dear. That's recent. But how recent?
Lawrence and Tyler. In the last 10 years?
Oh, definitely. Probably the last 5. Evidence of masks, which puts it before 20.
That's a good point. And Lawrence and Tyler, that would just be the street of that bus stop, right?
Or it could be the company sponsoring it.
It's like Pacific Northwest or something, right? Portland, Oregon.
Yeah,
This is firmly 2015.
Oh, what makes you say 15?
I don't know. What does that man's drum kit say? Like SPL, peace,
love, and
vibes, maybe. It's clearly 1969 or whatever, right? And he's got a can of beer juice on his left. It's like maybe Monster Energy or like some iced tea or something.
Recognize the packaging design at all. A lot of things about the fashion say it's very recent. Oh, is that a mask?
Oh, it is. But maybe the person is just Asian or something. That is a mask. Yeah, it's well spotted, Douglas. That is a mask. That really complicates things. Do we go for a later year then?
How about 20? Or 22, because it's only the one mask. And they are all...
If you told me this was taken last year, I would not believe you, but you're making a convincing argument.
They're gathered together in small groups. And the groups themselves are slightly loosely spaced.
21, 20?
It's probably that just last year, because basically there are only the odd few still wearing a mask. It's faded out.
I hope this person is not just like masking but well in advance. And it's not like 2011 or something. But yeah, 22 is fine. I hope they got it the last 3 years right, and that person's not throwing us off.
Who knows?
That's the strongest like time period emblem we've got there is that mask. So
that's true.
Go
and the fact it's a fabric mask as well, is there was a pandemic in one of the Asian countries, which is why you see a lot of people from that part of the world wearing them before COVID.
Yeah.
It became a normal thing to always wear a mask outside those countries.
Hopefully they're not from there in like 2011 and just visiting the US and screwed up.
Oh, it was 21.
Well, it's still one off.
Yeah.
And we hadn't seen that mask. If you hadn't seen that mask, Douglas, I would have
Yeah.
guessed like 2015, 2016.
What do we get now?
Oh dear, this is like a catalog like fashion shit, right?
I'm gonna plump for late 60s.
It's more modern than that, right? Maybe not. But this looks like
That does look a very recent logo. That's digital.
oh yeah, like yeah. They
But the,
I was thinking like 80s or 90s. You know, it looks like something that would be like a catalog from that era.
could be, and it's just been scanned and that stuck over it by someone.
The like the I don't really know enough about women's fashion. However, they're like hairstyles and maybe not the one on the left, but the rest of their hairstyles look more modern than 60s. Like I would guess like late 80s. Just putting it out there. Just I know it's brown as well, so if they're wearing brown, it must be the 70s.
Yeah, and 80s hair tended to be bigger.
This might be for more professional look.
Oh no, that was the fashion of the time. The professionals were like, yeah, big hair.
Yeah, this is like I don't know, boarding school look.
Mm.
I don't know. I do not know enough about women's fashion, and I don't think I'm going to learn anything more
Yeah, I
from
think
this.
you're right. I'm thinking. I mean, based on these two outfits, I'm thinking mid 70s.
Mid 70s.
Yeah,
It's like Grease and Saturday Night Fever.
yeah,
I mean, it's like these are young looking model people, right? So like these are contemporary, youthful fashion, I believe. Assuming this isn't just like
yeah. This would be high
it looks.
fashion of its day.
It looks like it's in like a catalog or something. It's trying to sell you the clothes for it.
Yeah,
So 70s is probably a fair guess as well. Okay,
69.
you're right. That was 69.
Oh, we weren't far off. Next,
Oh dear.
I'm gonna say late 40s, early 50s.
I think it is far earlier than that.
Oh,
I think it's maybe like the first decade of the 20th century. Just it looks very old timey.
kind of does, yeah.
Um,
All these
like the buildings as well look older style.
just be old buildings.
You know, like the shop front as well. I know it's possible in America or something, but it's still had those that style of shop
Yeah,
front. But and her fashion of the lady behind the pram, like that is not a modern pram, and that is the head dress thing.
dude.
That is it's, it's out there.
Something about the communications lines sort of says to me that it's round about the war era, the World War II era, whereas the massive fire escapes like that, it's usually an
Yeah,
American thing.
yeah, yeah. I think it's like yes. I think more American, just the well, like the boardwalk.
Yeah,
Could be a British thing, but I think we look different at the seafront.
dude. I don't think we had like 30 phone lines going to the end of a pier. That is wild.
Honestly, if you could go earlier than 1900, I might be convinced it's 1895 or something. This looks like that lady is your like. There's people in distance as well that look really old style as well. Like it's a strange photograph, and like I guess it depends on the class of the person as well. But like that child is dressed very properly,
Good.
and the I don't know the doll as well. It's just it's like almost very late Victorian. But I guess some styles would have continued if that was your thing for a
Indeed.
while after. And the pram is just like just, if you could manufacture like tanks and stuff, you would be manufacturing better prams than that. That's my thinking.
That's a point.
But on an actual year, I could not. It's going to be hard to be accurate in this one. Right?
There are actual glazed windows on
That's not dangerous at all.
it. I'm thinking it's more a wheelchair.
A wheelchair.
A very early wheelchair.
Yeah, she's used disabled or something.
And this whole section looks like it slots in to these bits, as if it's a sun canopy that can be stuck onto it for going out on a sunny day. Which does look a bit old to be in a buggy. I would have said 7 or 8.
That's a good point as well, yeah. But maybe they just want to be pushed around. I'm thinking as it's 1907.
A fair bit.
If you want to guess later, it's fine, but I think it's the first decade.
Yeah, there are quite a few aspects of it that have that sort of Titanic feel. So,
Fingers crossed.
5 years either side of Titanic is fair. Oh.
Ah,
so close, again. Andrew.
Of course, that was 1906, of course.
From all that to be only 1 year off.
We did spend a bit of time talking about prams and telecommunications.
We did, yeah.
Oh.
Oh. It's the Lakers. I know the name. Do you know anyone
Kobe Bryant.
else?
It's Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal celebrating, presumably winning the NBA championship, which they did in the early 2000s, I think. So O'Neal was a Laker until, I want to say 2004 or 5. So before then, I think. And I think they won the first, I think 2001 they definitely won the championship. But I don't want to guess 2001. Kobe Bryant has hair, right? Which is quite like the guy that's hugging O'Neal.
Oh, yeah.
He his hair eventually he's supposed to bald look essentially, or a shaved head look.
Does put it older, which suggests it would be that initial victory in 2001.
If that was their initial one, so he was drafted in '96, I want to say, and he did immediately have quite an effect. But I don't know if they. Well, they didn't win the first season because that was Michael Jordan still winning. I would say 2001. It's definitely that around that time period.
Alrighty. What?
That's close. But
it was very close.
Damn it.
Oh, I think that actually might be our best score.
Is it over 4,000? I think maybe.
Here's our new high score.
That was on the whole quite good actually. We reasoned and mostly got there in the end, right?
We did. One more shot?
Yeah, one more shot.
Oh. I'm going to say 60 is fair for this.
Is that Jeremy Clarkson?
He's
got the hair, right? You know what? So it is a Nissan. I want to say Fairlady 280Z, which would make sense.
I'm
It's a
gonna say
280Z is the
280Z.
model. Yep. The brown with brown interior makes me think 70s. But brown did exist, but outside the 70s.
Yeah.
I know the Nissan Fairlady. Assuming this isn't America, which it seems to be, like looks like California or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say it went on sale in the late 60s, maybe 69. I'm trying to remember from racing games and stuff. So, like, maybe early 70s would be my guess, or 69. Like,
Well, we've had one in 69. Let's plump for that and see what happens. Yeah, that's an American style pylon, and this scenery looks very much like GTA 5. So
it does, doesn't it?
see what we get. 77.
Damn it.
Oh,
It was the 70s.
that hair.
It could have been Jeremy Clarkson in like 1994 or whatever. Like, he made that hairstyle up until like 95 or 96.
Well, now. He's just learned he's not a dad once but 3 times.
The three different women. The let's see, the 50s again.
Yeah, it has all the uniform and everything's the
What does it
style of
say?
some of the.
In fact, do you see that it's below the cross? There's a year.
Oh,
Is that? I mean, it's not necessarily the year the picture was taken, but that is a year, right?
I don't know. That's as much as we can get.
It looks like 1948, maybe, which maybe could be the NHS being established.
Sounds like it. And those are sort of 50s NHS uniforms.
Yeah, 1950s, I'd say. Like, even though that says 19, I'm sure that says 194 something. I think it's probably just an old emblem on the screen.
Yeah, like you said,
So,
48 is when the NHS was established.
so we go like early 50s?
Yes.
Or like 53, 54?
If there are any other subtle hints.
Honestly, looks more American, which is the tie.
Is that dogs?
I can't tell for sure, you know.
It's the thing, you can see a different image every time you look. Yeah, I think 54 is a fair guess.
Yeah, we hopefully get you scoring with that one.
46. How?
It might say 46 in the sign.
Pre-NHS.
It's a skill, Liz.
Yes.
Unlawful to pass when loading or unloading. And was it all established?
Good question.
I know it is the law, but I don't know when it was made. What is the state or the of the issue of the registration there?
There's not enough data.
Yeah. MG6789.
A very old style bus. Oh, it's got the 50s and 60s wing mirrors.
Do you want to guess the 60s, maybe 70s?
Trying to look at fashion choices.
It is a black and white photo as well, right?
Yeah. Teacher especially.
Yeah, that's quite a modern looking fashion, right? I mean, it's a t-shirt and hoodie. and she's also not wearing a skirt. Assuming that is a woman.
That's a good point.
So that is like, I would say maybe it's a really progressive place, but it's definitely like after like mid-60s, based on not wearing a skirt, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't alive in that time period, but
Potentially. I'm gonna say 68. I don't know why. Something
it could be 68, right?
about it. Be very wrong. 71.
Oh, close.
Very. Not as close as we've been. Let's get closer. See if we can get one exactly right.
Oh dear.
Well, that should give us some clue because Cola are always changing how they represent their.
That was a very old car in the background. Well, not very old, but it's older than.
Yeah, that's a 60s vehicle. Oh, no, it's not. It's 50s.
I was thinking 50s. This is
Yeah.
like Greece, right? Kind of era.
That sort of thing, yeah. I was seeing something totally different. I thought I was looking at the front here. That's the back.
Parking meter? Is it what it is? I've never seen parking meters in that style other than in television and video games and movies.
Quite a lot of data in this.
Mm.
That make out most of the text, but somebody's had a fair go at it. That's all scratch marks. Somebody's tried to get their money back.
57, 58.
Sounds fair.
You look very modern for that era, but I don't know.
Could be a modern in the style of photo. I mean, to get that billboard with the old
And the
style.
car below it.
The car's easy enough if you go to Scrappies and spend a few hundred, but that,
yes.
talking a 4-digit sum, and you wouldn't get it back on resale. 42.
What the hell?
Wow. A full colour photo in 1942.
That's impressive. It's a very good photograph.
Spent a lot of money on that camera.
About the German.
Here we are. At the Ghostbusters sign. Who's this dude? Don't know. So he reckons he's a very pretty acrobat.
Going like late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Early 80s, maybe.
Yeah, there's a Knight Rider feel to that shirt. 80s. 82?
82, yeah.
You're older than me. 69?
I would not have guessed that. Yeah. We did not do so well.
Indeed, I think that was our worst score yet.
Get caught out with some there, yeah, but half what we were doing.
Our
Half a
score was
pencil.
actually a reasonable guess for several of them. Wow. Big Bird's going downhill.
That was a big bird. Now this is like 70s or 80s, right?
Oh yeah.
It's not
Damien's
gonna.
dad used to have that very style. If you imagine Damien aged like my age with that style.
I'm sure David will have that style soon. Um, what is the purple sign that going to say?
What's that?
National Fun Run.
Oh right, yeah. Blue. I think
And it's British.
it is. That bullseye. Can't quite make out the logo. This is actually clearer, but not clear enough.
Yeah, I'm thinking 80s.
Yeah. Until late, I would say. Damn, that sort of Big Bird after failing out of Hollywood and getting hooked on drugs.
Now he's taking part in a fun run on his way back.
86? Just throwing a random number, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
What happens? 80? There we go.
80. Arthur Smith and some Japanese folk.
And a car called the Comet. It's gonna be the first 10 years. A very early racing car, that.
It could be post World War One. It's very bare bones, but it looks like it's miniaturized, you know. So like it's advanced the way.
That's true. It was the early sort of racing cars were like that. The transmission's basically a modified bicycle chain. Mind you, the wheels are also modified bicycle wheels. Blow them up
Smith,
extra hard.
Archer, Arthur, Konichika,
Two Japanese misses.
Imperial Hotel Grounds. And that's what about like 1923.
I like it.
Fingers crossed.
16. Not bad.
Yeah, that.
It was in the middle of World War One.
This is Japan
And it's
or
quite recent.
China. Cannot tell.
I think that language
I think it's Japan.
might actually be Korean.
The Yeah. So
I was wondering if the departures might give us an idea.
I think this is what is the there's a below the KSC there's a station name I think on the left.
Sweet Town Dessert.
Okay, that's a dessert shop and that's I think that's Japanese, but what the hell? They cannot choose sensible names.
Oh, it probably seems sensible to them.
It's like we are in town, we sell sweet dessert.
But you look at the, I think it was in China, the fire extinguisher on the wall of a restaurant that has a sign above it that has a couple of Chinese symbols and then the Roman alphabet lettering hand grenade.
Uh,
Some things just don't translate properly.
well, it's kind of like the 2000s, right?
It does,
What?
yeah.
I don't know. There's something about it that seems a little older,
Well, I mean,
but still modern, if that makes sense.
that's that's a flat screen display. Mind you, so's that.
Yes.
And oh, these are advert boards and they're digital. It's very recent.
I mean, they had those like Japan's in some ways advanced, right? Probably had those in 2009. What about the ticket pricing for first class in that? With the advertising board up top. Ticket pricing in is that the ticket price in red?
10,000
10,
something anyway.
10,000 yen or something. It said for something 3G. Assuming that means third gen.
Oh,
Assuming that's what it means. It's not like it's in the middle of Japanese characters, so it can be
yeah, the
something
fact that
completely
it's
different.
those two Roman characters in the middle of all that says it's exactly what we read it to be.
Which would be before like 2011, but still late 2000, I think.
I think when did 4G come out? Was that 11? Is it that long ago?
Well, that's 3G, right? So it'd be the generation before, right? And I think in Japan that might be a bit more advanced. Certainly in Korea, 4G came out well before it did in the UK. And the iPhone 3G, use that as an example. I think that was 2010.
Right.
So maybe guess 2010.
Yeah, because they're talking about it, so 10 or 11 type of deal.
Assuming it doesn't mean like third class.
I think they would just say that in their own language. The fact that it's
Yeah,
our alphabet in the middle of all that says it means actual 3G internet.
yeah, it's like a brand name, isn't it? What the technology name. I think the first iPhone was 2007, right? And then every year they released a new one.
Does ring a bell.
Um, and the third one I think was coincided with 3G. I was probably too young to really understand it, but I don't know.
You've picked up a lot.
Just imagine we're going to be well off, aren't we, with 2011?
Yeah, it's gonna be close. Oh, we're right on! 1,000 points!
Master Japanese photography. I wish you could just restrict it to the modern ones. It's so much, what's it, easier when you can relate to
Yeah. And straight back to not modern.
it. Wow.
Uh, I mean, this is straight out of Back to the Future.
Like the 50s.
Yeah.
It looks like a diner or like ice cream parlours they might have had in those days. Like,
I'm thinking it's more they're actually bottling something.
yeah,
Bottling plant.
it is. But just seeing all the bottles makes me think of it. And the people are dressed quite casually.
Like a casual uniform because it's got the emblem on all of
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah, 50s is probably a good shout, but specifically when? Late 50s? Mid 50s?
question.
They're obviously showing off the bottling stuff.
Probably puts it more early. They're
Yeah, I get that. Yep.
It's new and they want to show off that they're doing it this way.
So like maybe 50 dead on. It's going to be like 1946,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Probably. If we say 50, if we say 46, it'll be 56. Oh, 48.
Wow. Yes.
Pretty good going.
Oh, we're back in Israel.
Are we?
I believe that's Hebrew again.
This looks.
A
Yeah, it does
UN.
actually.
A UN. Oh, what would RWA be?
Oh.
United Nations.
Should know that.
It'll be whenever there's a major, assuming it's the year of the conflict, like 67 or 73 for Yom Kippur or 6 Days War. Or the other way around, really. But assuming it isn't 48, 49, but I think it looks more modern than that. It's a colour photograph, right?
Yeah. I'm wondering actually if the really old colour photo before was recoloured.
Ah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Yeah, because they do it with like World War II stuff, and it looked kind of like really bold colours, didn't it?
It does. All the dren on the
They're in the desert, right?
that kinda is a hallmark of 70s photography.
Yes. It was the thing is the major wars that I think of Israel in that time period is 67, 73, I believe,
Let's go
and
for 70th.
the issue is they're quite close together. Like there's only 6 years between them.
Somehow it seems slightly too high quality a photo to be late 60s.
But it's plausible to be in 73.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, for some reason, I can just tell the difference
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
I think if we've go for the more 73 is fine. Fingers
50.
crossed.
What?
Okay.
How?
I wonder what UNRWA stands for. Assuming it is in Israel.
Huh.
Hmm.
I've never seen a photo outside the 70s with all this apart from hipsters redoing it. Wow. Okay. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, that was a mixed bag, that game, right?
Oh, yeah. Some really awful ones and then one that was right on.
I think we did okay in both the Japanese themed ones.
Yeah.
Did well in that one as well, and then kind of got screwed over in the last one. That really sucked because if we got a decent enough score in that one, would have been close, but not probably not better, but
Yeah.
close to the high score.
Actually, we could have beaten our high score if we'd gotten it right on.
Yeah, we weren't getting it right on, but like if we got like 600-700 maybe points.
We'd said 56. Unit 3940. So yeah, it's that one that really did screw us. Alright. What are we doing for time anyway? Huh. It's only 12 past 8.
12 past 8. Been on for about an hour, just over now.
Yeah. Definitely do another one. Why does this feel quite... I don't think this is
We've got a
digital.
calendar.
It's... Oh,
Calendar.
yeah.
I know it's like jumping to cheating, not cheating, but using the most insightful timestamp they've got.
Absolutely. It's not mega recent. It's feels like an analog photo, but it's gonna be within my lifetime. Hard to make out what month that is. and I'm definitely not going to make out the year.
It's got 31 days.
Yeah. A Y in the end. So it's January.
January?
This looks like Alan Alda.
There are people with cowboy hats, I think.
Yeah.
Or fedoras, maybe. And there's people with like, is that a baseball cap or is it like a flat kind of like brimmed cap in
It's a
front?
baseball cap. This is
It's
part
a
of it
baseball,
here.
isn't it? Yeah. A very traditional baseball cap. And then the guy in the black hat, he used to look like Alan Alda. Probably the oldest guy there.
It's fair to say he's a good 10 years older than anyone else in the picture.
I've got the old stag thing on the behind the bar. Loads of things behind the bar, really. It's a shame you can't really make out precisely what they're saying. There's an old like cash register behind there as well, isn't it?
Oh wow, yeah, that's
It could just be like a bit of furniture that would be at that time old, but not really, really old. But yeah, if they're using that, I mean,
that puts it slightly before my time, maybe 70s.
could be. It honestly looks like strangely modern, like really modern. They say it's like there's like if people like 10 years ago dressed up and pretended they were living in the early 70s or something in like an old western town.
These are incandescent bulbs of an older style. Not as old as that other one. They're, I would say they're sort of just before my time. So yeah, late 70s, early 80s.
And that people are actually turning around to get their picture taken note whether they're part of different groups, right?
Yeah.
So like it's I don't know, it's hard to describe, but people are less likely to do that now, I think.
Yeah, nowadays it's like, oh, somebody's got a camera. What would you say?
You don't want to be people in your group that would be actually interested if
Yeah.
unless these people are all one group, but which is a possibility. It could be like a community event or something, like a club.
Those are death sticks.
He's smoking in a bar.
Yeah.
This is maybe 2004. 2005, I think it is out. In the UK at least.
Mm. Let's say 80.
Yeah, that's fair. It'd be fast. It'd be better if it gave you like a information about the photo if they had it.
Oh
Because
yeah.
it'd be more interesting to know like where it was and
And whether that actually is Alan Alda. That would be an excuse for the
wait,
photo being taken as well.
it was Alan Alda in 1980. Let me check.
Well, MASH had not long finished. Or might still be going on.
In 1979, Alan Alda starred in The Seduction of Joe Tynan, which he also wrote.
I think this might be related to that.
No. It's a political drama film.
Yeah, that sounds his style.
Yeah, but the problem is his character is a liberal US senator from New York with presidential ambitions For the time being, is weighing the nomination of a potential Supreme Court justice. When he travels to Louisiana to investigate the nominated judge, he encounters Labour lawyer Karen Trainer, who knows of evidence revealing the nominee to be unfit. So he travels to the south. This looks more like west, right?
See, when you said Louisiana, something in my brain went here.
Do you want to say 1979? that's released it. It doesn't say anything about filming, right?
Yeah.
It was released August 17th, 79. So they probably filmed it 78. Depends. We can get a quick turnaround, but 78. There's no way that's Alan Alda, right? Like,
Probably not. It just
because
kind
it
of
was.
looks like him. Oh,
Uh-huh.
I didn't mean to click.
I
Oh, jeez.
was going to say that's like the way Alan Alda looks now. Like, it didn't look like that
Yeah.
in 78, right?
1952.
Maybe it was him, or his like grandfather.
Maybe his dad or something.
52. Oh.
So,
Japan.
yeah. My mouse is doing its own thing here. It scrolled on its own there as well.
Oh dear.
Uh,
Some older style vehicles.
no.
A lot of advertising for like stuff that's hard to translate.
Yeah. That almost. I don't think it is, but it almost looks like Mitsubishi.
I think it is, yeah. Might be. Could be, definitely.
Earlier version of the logo, maybe. Oh, no, something different there.
It ends
Oh no, there is
EH.
an eye. It's hard to make out, but the eye is there.
It could be Mitsubishi because they are a huge company in Japan. It's not just the cars. Like, they have like a bank and stuff.
Oh, it's not Mitsubishi.
It's Mitsu,
Mitsukoshi.
of course. Oh, I want to say 90s Japan, but like I think maybe 80s is it could be 80s as well. Like those,
Yeah.
the car closest to us looks kind of 80s, maybe 90s.
Yeah, I'm thinking late 80s. I mean, especially Japan tends to have. You're not going to see an old car on the streets of Japan. So for these to be
Let's
the
say
things.
like sometime in the early 90s or the 80s, but early 90s,
I'm thinking
late
late
80s,
80s.
late 80s.
What about 88? It's stopped there.
Yes.
Probably way off.
Fingers crossed.
Ooh,
Oh,
86.
damn it.
Could have been worse. Right. Uh,
Um, 1920s.
There'll be look at that guy's face. Dies.
In fact, is that alcohol they're drinking?
Oh, prohibition.
Prohibition.
Kurazov. Somebody there really shaking his head.
He's jumping in the frame.
Those are ladies' shoes. So she. She's like, no, you're not taking my fit. You're not taking my photo. I'm just gonna shake my head hard enough that I don't come out.
Yeah. It probably is alcohol drink, right?
Yeah.
And assuming they aren't like in a speakeasy or whatever,
Mm.
it would have to be before 1919 then, or after 1932, 33.
Or could it be right at the end of Prohibition when basically
Yeah,
they've
the
sort
thing
of gone, yeah, we
is,
were doing this all along, here we are.
the thing with like, the 1930 onwards, is it's like the Great Depression, right? So like these people look quite well dressed, and I mean, not everybody was equally affected by the Depression, but like I would think it was before the Great Depression, but the whole prohibition thing just sort of messes with it because
Yeah.
1920s alcohol in America is.
Yeah. During the actual time of prohibition, probably find no one's gonna let you take their photo with drink.
This is a difficult one to guess. Could be
Is that
before.
thing he's holding?
Could be before prohibition. It's maybe a whip.
They very much have that Chicago gangs of the 1930s feel.
I would guess mid 30s. And it just also looks like an older photograph as well, like before 1919 as well. That's the issue with guessing the 30s, is the good chances is like 1918.
It is hard to say.
It's
The
like these
fact that
people.
those faces can be so blurred because there's this dude here in the top hat as well. Means basically these folk were sitting still for a good few seconds at least.
Yeah, and the person just turned up the exposure really high. This is the style of some of their clothing, like the women's clothing, kind of looks older as well. Like that's why I'm inclined to say before 1925, but like the 30s is a good guess based on like the guy standing on the right.
Yeah, he looks straight out of the 30s, but I
And
mean that's the thing. There's a photo very much of this style from I think it was 56 that has a very modern hipster just right bang slap in the middle of it. And the thing is, all of the items he's wearing were available then. It's just the style wasn't very common back then.
yeah,
Someone that was well ahead of his time.
what I guess like 35, 36,
You saying
or
about it being earlier is kind of playing in my
19,
mind.
1918
18. Let's do that.
before Spanish influenza.
35. Oh, jeez.
Oh dear. See, we couldn't guess like 1930 because prohibition, so we had to go your end of a huge gap.
And we chose the
It's,
wrong end.
and which I guided us wrongly, and it screwed us to like 50 points.
In fairness, you did end up saying mid 30s.
And most of the guy on the right that's giving it away,
Yeah.
like honestly, they don't look that modern. Kind of do some of them. The hairstyles, not wearing hats, but they're sitting down. But oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no.
So, like the first decade, the 20th century,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
probably, yeah, early.
Yeah. I'm looking at the woman on the right and going, I think I know why she's wearing a veil. How far in the decade do you think?
Pretty much right at the start, like 1903.
I mean, this hat's probably the biggest giveaway. Hard to get any. further
Yeah, there's not a
information
lot
out.
going on, is there? It's a very clean looking street, isn't it?
Something very sort of Georgian upper middle class type deal about it. Balconies.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'm happy to say 1903 if you are.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go.
Oh, we're only off by a year. That's
That
good
was a good
going.
guess. Oh dear. Someone's built an army. This is me in Rome Total War, whatever.
Spiky helmets make me think German.
German, yes. The this is another one of these before World War One
Oh yeah,
photographs, or maybe
definitely.
during it the
Like
first year.
cavalry photos, so
I guess it could be like 1914, or I honestly want to say earlier than that. But why would they all be assembled? Just for fun.
some sort of annual gathering. I do seem to recall it was like very early in the First World War. The Germans fielded a tank, and it basically mowed down Allied cavalry, and that, that was kind of widely considered to be the death knell of the concept of cavalry.
Yes. But let's say before World War One, then, like 1911.
11 sounds fair. Do it. Oh, 7.
Ah, well, it was before,
Yeah,
even further before.
in the ballpark.
It's only a few years out, but we lose 300 points or so. 200 points from being a year off.
25-34. That misclick. I mean, I was leaning towards clicking it, but I hadn't actually decided to click it.
Yeah. I did okay with that one, I guess.
Yeah, we did.
Messed up bad in that one.
Oh, yeah.
Did well in that one.
And fairly well in that one.
Yeah, I could have been a bit closer maybe. But we'd have been kicking ourselves if it was 1914 and we went 1908 or something, right?
Yep. Well, we've had some mixed results.
That is one way of putting it.
You want to do something else?
We could stream Siege or GTA or
Alright.
something else.
I've just
What?
realised I could have had the chat up the whole time. Oh! Hayes has actually gone and watched us. I don't know if he's still with us. I actually have times for the messages. I never had times for them before.
Yeah, sometimes it comes up with times. You could play.
I have so many things open that are not what I'm looking for. Where is there? It is. Okay. Let's go to intermission. Right. I shall stop the video in Discord somehow. Stop streaming. There we go. If I activate Steam. So you floated both Siege and GTA. Any preferences between them?
Problem with GTA is I'm not sure what we'd do.
Yeah. There are definitely things to do, but it's sort of a all three of us deal.
Yeah, that's true. Certain things you wouldn't want to start. I could try Siege, just quick match, right?
Yeah, we could do.
Don't try rank. I don't think I could hit anything. And we don't have to spend too long playing, really just some casual fun.
Quite.
If that's okay with you.
Yep, I will close Firefox and stuff, because damn. What I'll do is I'll start. I don't know how to change the name of the stream while it's on. I'll immediately close and restart it. Close like 900 other things. I did not audit my windows the way I usually do before I started this stream. Right, so yes, we will be back in 5 minutes, everyone. Watch this space.